Appreciate you, boss. Hello.
Hello. Oh, woof.
Hello.
What up? Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Morning, Shane. First to the line today. It's always good when the boss man comes in and hangs out, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. Rob's a good dude.
He's a good dude. We give him a lot of crap, and he takes it well with us, but he's a good dude.
So what's going on?
We're new. Crappy morning outside.
No, it's nice.
No.
It's nice.
It's depressing.
It's nice. I like it.
Morning, we're on 8:40. Good morning, Ernesto, you thug.
Ernesto, you thug.
You thug. Henry T. Buchanan today.
Yeah, that should be good.
Yeah, well, it's always T's just going to bring the noise.
Nebraska tonight. Farley, Dickinson, Fairley.
I think it's Fairley.
We should know this by what they did last year.
I think it's Fairley.
Sarah says it's National Signing Day for all sports other than football.
It is. It absolutely is.
So, in other words, Sarah's working all damn day.
Yeah, I know I've seen. I know Nebraska basketball. They sign Quentin Grimes.
Yeah.
Grimes on the board, and volleyball's got their top class again. What up, Red?
Red, what's going on?
Well, I don't know why this picture came. I don't know why this picture. Like on my time hop again 5 years ago. You're like all over my time hop these days.
What is it now? Hold on. Let me see here. What is it?
You ready?
Yeah.
What are we doing here, bro?
Oh, where's that sweater at?
What are we doing here, bro? Look at that.
That was a really good sweater. How long ago was that?
It says 5 years.
Oh, I missed that sweater.
Yeah,
I used to wear that all the time. That was my hip hop sweater.
That was because you got because you're throwing up the signs.
Yeah.
Same hat though.
No, that's the Big 10. That's the Big 8 hat.
Big 8, not same hat, but you know what I mean. Old school hat.
Wow. God, you need to stop bringing those up because I look so good in those, and I will never get back there.
I'm gonna send it to you. I give you some motivation. There you go. Send it to you.
Greg is in.
What up, Greg? It's fun to look back. I look back on this. I sent this to my daughter this morning. 2 years ago, right? 2 years ago. She was like, driver's ed. That was her in the car.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, what the freak? All the fun stuff you can find. 9 years ago, we were in New York City.
This is the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
Good morning, Lincoln, Nebraska. Happy hump day. Welcome in the Morning Hookup. Bill Hooks, Will Wilson. I have no idea what that was.
You heard that too?
Yeah, somebody was talking. Huh?
Yeah,
that was weird.
I don't know.
It was weird, but welcome in. Happy hump day.
Maybe it was on the audio file.
That was awkward.
You heard that too.
I did. That's why I was kind of confused. But you know what? We just rammed right through it.
What a weird way to start the show.
That's
but
right.
We're here.
That's all right. Welcome in, man. It's a Wednesday. We got Henry T. Buchanan coming up. I got some questions because I want to ask him if his there's never any wavering with T. I want to know if there is right now.
What do you mean?
In this group.
Wavering?
Just what he sees. The guy's always positive. He's got to find something.
Yeah, you know what, though? I might test that positivity.
Okay.
Today.
I think we should.
might test that positivity.
We should. And so we'll talk some hoops here coming up. Talk a little bit of football coming up and what we might hear tomorrow from Coach Rule. We don't know. Then we'll look at the college football playoff. Interesting stuff in that. If you're into the football playoff bracket, you should watch the shows. Then they do it on Tuesdays because I think people get confused of the top 12, right? That it should just be 1 versus 12, go top 4, then the other 8 play. It's not how it goes. You got to be in tune with the conference champions.
Yep.
Then work your way back.
Yeah. Because what we saw last night could be severely different.
Absolutely.
It could be very wrong.
I mean,
it's a projection.
Yeah, because like you look at the Big Ten right now. The Big Ten right now, the projection, the way it is I got Oregon. Like they have essentially what they have right now is Oregon winning the Big Ten.
Yep,
which could change.
Mm-hmm.
You have Indiana where they're at, right? Yeah, Penn State, all that. Like right now, I think Miami with their loss, they're still leading the ACC. They're still projected to win the ACC, which is like, why are they in that spot? Well,
it's the rules.
It's the rules.
You win the conference championship.
It's the rules. Like Boise is ranked. I think Boise, I mean, we'll get to it. Like, where's Boise ranked at versus where the projection is for them? And also, some of those matchups they threw out there are very interesting that I want to talk about if that's where it lands at today, especially the first round. Because remember, the first round of the playoff is at the home site on campuses, which I think would be awesome.
Yeah, I think we saw Alabama going to Indiana.
Think about that. So we're going to talk. That'd be so interesting to me.
My God,
so interesting to me.
I love it. So I love the 12-team playoff.
So we're going to get into that, and then we'll have some stories. And
I got a lot of stories to get to.
Good.
We'll have daily wager.
I'm a loser yesterday.
Yeah, me too.
We both lost. And by the way, I'm off the Sixers. I'll never bet the knuckleheads again.
Yeah, well, that came after me saying I'm never betting the Knicks again, and they will beat the Sixers.
So. Also, we'll go into. There's an NBA story that's awesome. Like Eric Spoelstra last night. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Absolutely,
I got it.
That brings back when you say that. So that's going to bring back a different memory for me.
Yeah, well,
to be a different memory.
It was a good memory, though.
Yes, for us.
Yeah, for you.
Yes,
so not for Michigan.
No.
Yeah. That's embarrassing. We'll get to that later in the show.
Nora said Ernesto hacked the stream.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Ernesto said it was Fuse Ghosts.
Fuse Ghost. Bill will not be on the show tomorrow.
Not tomorrow. I'm not here tomorrow. I would be traveling out to L.A. Elijah will be hanging out with you tomorrow.
Is this the only time you'll go to L.A.?
Yes, I don't ever want to go to L.A. No, it's never. No. Yeah. Next time I might go to Cali. I want it to be like I've said, I want to go to wine country. I want to do that, but I don't have any desire to I mean, we've when we travel do these things. It's like, let's go to an away game, but not make it about the game.
No,
what I'm saying is we go early, go do some stuff. There's the game on Saturday, but we stay an extra day. I'm not coming back till Monday night. So then we have an extra day. Like Sunday, we'll go do some exploring.
Yeah.
We did that when we went to Ireland, right? We made the trip, the game, and then we stayed an extra day or two to do other stuff. Yeah. That way the sting isn't so bad.
You got it all figured out, man.
You know, you can't let these teams, and I keep telling my kids this, like, you can't let your favorite team wins or losses dictate who you are and who you your emotions all the time.
Yeah. Ernesto, what does Hooks need to look out for when he goes to L.A.?
Well, the parking's going to be horrendous.
I'm trying not to park. We're going to get to the hotel and hopefully, take a 3-hour Uber 4 miles.
Okay, and watch out for your wallet, man. Go to Lowry's. It'll drain it real quick. So.
Yeah, it will.
Hey guys, I was driving in Orange Park. It's like another town just south of us.
Mm-hmm.
There's a daycare called Sugar and Spice Daycare.
That seems like that seems like a really weird name for a daycare. Sounds like a sex shop.
Sugar and Spice.
I'll send it to you.
Please send that.
I'm not sending my kid there. That's
please send that.
I gotta go.
Sugar and Spice. We lost him. He laughed so hard his phone disconnected.
That's so good.
Wow.
Sugar and Spice. And
yeah,
nice.
I've been talking to a few other people who are going to LA.
Yeah.
And they said those Uber rides are just to go 5 miles.
It's going to cost me. But here's the other thing.
It's 2 hours.
It's fine. But here's
How
the
is
deal.
that possible?
Here's what I don't want to do. So we go tomorrow, go south, stay somewhere for a few nights. We're going to drive up early in the morning to Santa Monica. That's where our second hotel is.
I see you standing on Santa Monica Boulevard.
Yeah, right by the pier, out by the pier a little bit, and then
Yeah.
get there early enough to be able to like jump in an Uber at like 8:30 because we're doing that tailgate,
Mm-hmm.
the alumni tailgate, which starts from 10 to 12.
Yeah, even though you're not an alumni.
Doesn't matter. You can buy. I just whatever. Open bar. That's all I saw. That's all I heard. I'm like, I'm in. And it's only like 12 miles from our hotel to there, so I don't know. So that'll be
those
fun.
Ubers are crazy. Like apparently, it's just a crap show around the stadium when it comes
Well,
to like driving in and parking.
I'm sure, like most places are in
Yeah.
those big cities, you know.
L.A. Wow, have fun.
Yeah, I'm
if I
excited.
don't see you again, I won't be
Stop
surprised.
it. Stop it.
Not because you're gonna stay there, but never
Nope.
mind.
Nope. I will be safe. We'll stay together.
I mean, isn't it
Dude,
funny how
we're-
this
we're-
is what people who live in Nebraska think about L.A. is that it feels like a death trap.
Not that it's anything, but I did grow up in a big city.
Yeah, on the other side of the country.
Yeah, but similar traffic, similar stuff.
It's the wild, wild west out there, man.
Well, especially California. We're not going there. Okay.
I know.
Not going there. That is off limits.
No, we're not being political. I mean, we see everything, you know.
So, all right, boy. What about tonight? Speaking of seeing everything, hopefully you see something better tonight if you're going to the game or if you're going to stream it tonight. 7:00, Nebraska basketball back on the floor. Fairly or Farley, whatever. I think it's Fairly.
I think it is fairly, but we were joking, you know, when they were going through that run in the tournament last year.
Yep.
We were joking. We were like, Farley Dickinson, you know, like
yeah.
Christian was making that joke. I'm not
Yeah.
going to take that for credit, but
So now they've got.
and they just played Creighton last
they did.
night.
They did. They jumped out to a lead in that game.
Did they?
They did. They jumped out to a lead in that game. Obviously got pretty beat up. They come in here 1-2. We're 2-0. We're undefeated. Coming in right now. It'll be interesting to watch this basketball team and how they respond, right? And how they. To me, it's about taking care of the basketball. I mentioned that yesterday to Robin, right? It's value in the basketball. And I was kind of joking, but not joking. The number of turnovers this team has produced so far is pretty incredible. Right. And it's not the turnovers that you're like, all right, some aggressive going, whatever. Right. Like these are like, dropping the ball kind of stuff.
Yeah. I just want to see
Bad passes.
I just want to see a little bit better. I want to see a more, what's the word? Smoother offense. I want to see smoother offense because that on last game, it just seemed too sticky and it just wasn't smooth. I want to see that tonight. I want to see a little bit better shooting too.
I was talking to Robbie yesterday about turnovers, right? Him and I hung out yesterday and he had this stat like this. It's called the non-steal turnover stat where it's like literally like an unforced turnover.
Yeah.
They rank, there's 364 or 365 Division I basketball programs.
Mm-hmm.
We're 355th.
Yikes. Yeah.
Oh.
Gotta clean that up.
Now, the one thing that again, we got to score. Got to score.
Gotta score.
Defensively, you're good,
Well,
right? You've been really good defensively.
yeah.
You really have.
Yeah, you're right. And that's always been a Hoiberg team thing.
It's been top-notch, dominant defense. And my hope for this group is that until they figure it out offensively, defensively it continues. Right? You got to keep it that way.
Well, I believe
Like
we're
we're a big favorite in this game.
yeah, 20. I think I saw it was 27.5.
Yikes. Yeah.
And I like Nebraska, but I don't think I'm going to bet that.
Yeah,
Because
right
they
now
put up 70.
right now laying down 26, 27 points. No, thank you.
Well, look, I think they put up 70 last night at Creighton.
Look. Let's go to the phone lines.
Let's go to the
Good
phones.
morning on the morning hookup.
Guys, I just want to apologize. I couldn't stop.
You don't need to apologize for that. That was funny.
Hey, I had two other things I wanted to say to you guys. Bill, UNC and Nebraska play for a natty in any sport. Who do you root for?
What was that? The UNC and Nebraska basketball. It's split decision.
No,
Basketball is the only one I'm cheering for Carolina. Everything else I'd go Nebraska.
Okay. I love it.
And again, people always ask me like, why is that only sport? Because growing up, football, like college, it was there, but college basketball ruled North Carolina.
by the
It
way,
ruled everything.
I think you're lying.
Oh, yeah.
You think I would go for?
Well, I don't think you're lying. I just think you don't know what the right answer is.
I think the right answer. I'd be a Tar Heel fan if they played in the Natty.
No, I don't
Yeah,
think
he
so.
would. In basketball.
I don't think so. If Nebraska played North Carolina in the Natty, you would be rooting for Nebraska. I know you would.
No, you're wrong.
I-
You're absolutely wrong.
No, I know you.
You're absolutely wrong.
Everybody should go to the Tar Heel camp. It's absolutely gorgeous.
God's
I love
country.
it. There's no doubt about
It's
it.
like-
Hey,
that's the old adage, like why's the sky light blue?
yeah, Tar Heel blue. I
God's a Tar
remember
Heel
the
fan.
fire truck. The fire truck was Tar Heel blue
That's right.
when I
Let's
went
go.
there. So hey, when my wife had spicy ramen last night, Will, made me think of you. But hey, come to think of it, the only person who's never spicy on the show is the legend who's coming up, Henry T.
It's true.
Think
He's
about
never
it.
spicy.
True.
He's never spicy.
He may be spicy today, though. After,
I know he might be. Will's got Will's got an agenda today.
No, I wouldn't
Yeah,
say
you do.
that.
Yeah, you do.
No, don't put me there.
Yeah, you do.
Come on, that's not fair. All right,
Ask him if he was spicy on the court, and UNF got boat raced by Georgia. I did get my master's degree at UNF, so this is my school. And I saw the ball coach Scotty Frost at Wawa last night, eating outside on one of the cafe tables. He had a gobbler sandwich and a small liquor quart in a road soda bag.
Ernesto, boy, just bringing it today. A few comments out there. Yeah, Nora, it said better off just to rent a car. Yes, we rented a car. We have a car. I just don't.
what'd you
know.
rent?
I don't even know. It's like it's on there. I don't know. We rented a car. It's
You
an
got
SUV. There's 4 of us.
You got a G-Wagon.
No, gosh, no.
If you go to LA, you got to get a
No, I
G-Wagon.
didn't do that. No, I didn't do that. But we did. But then we're like, we have a car to get south, to get back to Santa Monica. But I just heard the parking situation is a disaster.
Oh, I bet it's.
So it's like you got to pick your poison. Like, is it an Uber or are you going to try to go take the rental car and park it and then get back to it and get out?
Bad idea.
It's a bad idea.
Don't do that.
Like, I imagine
Don't do
it's
that.
going to be a disaster. So, like, let's let somebody else have the heartache of getting us there and getting us
Yeah.
back. Right?
Good idea.
I mean, I'm even entertaining. I was talking to Elijah before we get to Henry T, because we're on the post game
Yeah.
this week.
By the way, I bet my firstborn son that you're not on.
Both
that
of us
postgame
have
on
decided,
Saturday.
because Elijah's trying to figure his situation out too. How do we get on it? I most likely would be in an Uber going back to the hotel, going live on the post game.
Look,
That's my chance.
if that's the case, you're not going to hurt our feelings. Just wait till you get to the hotel.
I know, but it might be over before I get back to the hotel at the rate of how long it'll take us to get there.
All right.
Let's take a break. We'll come back with Husker legend Henry T. Buchanan.
You're listening to the Morning Hookup with Bill Hooks and Will Wilson. More coming up.
Where'd T go?
Oh, there he is.
Fellas,
Henry T. Buchanan.
what's happening, fellas?
Hey, T.
What's up?
What's happening?
What's going on?
Oh no, I just had a message on my teams, and I had to go respond. I got a person coming to talk at my team huddle today about some total loss information, and he had a couple of questions, so I had to go hurry up and respond and get back here.
There you go. Look at that. Dual duty.
Yeah, man. Oh, go ahead.
I mean, they're 2-0.
Yes, yeah, they're 2-0. I mean,
Oh,
it is-
look. See, there's a little chink in the armor right there.
Yeah, but it's a different 2-0 than it was the start that we had last year, and it's a totally different team. And I said in the Husker Army, and I even shared with Coach Hoiberg, these kids are, they're coming from different programs, and other than Gary and Bryce, who played quite a bit, last year along with Sam Hoiberg, everybody else is new and adjusting not only with our system, also adjusting playing with one another. So you got to take that in consideration. And you can practice all you want, but practice is totally different in games. And when you're playing against different folks, and then how you react to it, and it is a whole total different ball game, and they'll get past that. And that last game was just, even Coach Hoiberg, it was a weird game.
Mm-hmm.
And Bethune Cook, man, I mean, I've said it. I'm going to always say this. If you're playing college basketball at all levels, you can play.
Yep.
So we're done with those teams that's going to come in where you can just write off and say this is an automatic blowout. It's just not going to happen. Yeah, you're going to get some from time to time, but with these new teams,
probably you don't know where they're all from. You got to check rosters.
Yeah, yes, and I depend on the commentators saying this guy's from this school, that guy's from that school, this guy from this school,
Well,
and it's different.
Well, I'm going
to look at Kentucky last night.
I'm going to ask you about that coming up. Like that's the new landscape.
Yes.
Like Kentucky is setting a like Kentucky, I think, is a over the top example. But look at what oh my gosh.
Yeah, Duke is a new team, but they just got 5 top 100 players. So, it's
God, must be nice.
Yeah, I know.
Must be nice. They're one of the few
North
teams.
Carolina brought it against KU after being down 20. I watched that game. That was a phenomenal game, and they had
they
took the lead and they had their chances to win.
Yeah, the freshmen grew up in that game.
Yes,
real quick.
Yes, they did. KU's KU. They got some of the more experienced players with the point guard and the big man and the forward. They got 3 guys that's been in the system for 2
By the way, that also taught you a lot about Michigan State too. Even though in a loss, they're going to be tough.
Yeah.
Oh, is so tough every year?
Every year,
it's the best of the best at the beginning of the season, and when it's conference time, he's gearing up, and he's really playing for the tournament every year. The preseason just getting ready for conference, and he knows. I don't think he's planning on winning the conference every year, but he knows he's going to finish in the upper echelon and get a bid and then make his run in NCAA. And what he does, and I think he does it better than anybody, he develops people not only from a basketball perspective, but from a life perspective. Not a lot of the guys
Hold on, buddy.
Here we go. Welcome back in the morning hookup. Happy hump day. Boy, I tell you what, if you looked outside right now, it's a little gloomy. It really is, right? The rain, cold weather. But there's a guy that's like streaming with us right now that's going to turn this thing upside down and make it bright. It's Henry T. And what is he?
What's up, Bill? What's up, Will? Well, I tell you what, it's blue skies and sunny here, and it's been in the 80s last couple. A little chilly last week, but it's getting back to the weather that I can get out and do some things. I'm wearing a little jacket inside right now because I'm still refusing to turn my heat on until my goal is to make it to January, but I don't know. I got some, when friends and family coming in, I don't want to freeze them out the house. They're coming from the winter anyway, so they may love it. So that's my goal, and I'll see if I can make it though.
Well, can you call the station here and tell them to turn up the heat in my studio right now because it is about 32 degrees. Right now, it just got cold in here.
No kidding. What's the temperature outside?
40s. Is it 40s? It might be in the 50s right now. It's just a gloomy, rainy type day. Let's look. It might be there. But tell when you say it was a little cold last week, like it was in the 70s, right?
Well, 60, 70, 60s.
Okay. No, that's fair. If it's below 70, that's okay. Hey, T, your kids
got a hoodie on.
T, your Chiefs are still undefeated.
Ooh. And hey, I tell you what, that reminds me of the Miami Dolphins, where they had a few games that there was no doubt in the mind that they should have lost, and I even remember that marathon game, still the longest game in the history of the NFL, with the Chiefs and the Miami Dolphins when they went into overtime, and because Chiefs had a chance to beat them in the playoffs and knock them out of that undefeated season. But it kind of reminds you of that. It's almost like they're destined to go undefeated. It just feels that way. And with D-Hop pick up, which was huge, with what they got coming back from the injury. I know we have a couple coming back from the injury list, and they're only going to get better. It's going to be a big test. We got Buffalo we're going to Buffalo this weekend, but you never count them out. I mean, yes, I listen to all these professional experts on TV, on Fox Sports, ESPN. I hear all these guys, how great Josh Allen is and Lamar Jackson. Don't get me wrong, these guys are great, and everybody's going to beat the Chiefs and until they face them. And only the players on that field is knowing what they're up against. And it's talking about this, like us talking about teams and talking about the Huskers from afar. But when you're between two teams and two teams are going at it, only those two teams know who's what and who's great. And it's nothing better than hearing some professional athletes and even collegiate athletes talk about their times. I enjoy sharing some of the stories with you guys. When you talk about your experiences when you're playing, and you can't talk about it until after the fact, and it's about the results. It's not about the competition. You either won or you lost, and definitely you're going to remember the losses a lot more. You're going to remember your wins, but it's the competitive nature in all of us, and Buffalo Bills know exactly what they're going to face this weekend, and they know it's going to be a dogfight. And if the Chiefs win, it's not going to be a surprise. And even if Buffalo wins, it's not going to be a surprise. But let's go Chiefs, man. It's going to take care of business.
Well, jumping in a little Husker hoops, man. They are 2-0, and I've used the word clunky so far.
Yes.
We got a new guys trying to figure each other out. But there's a couple things that I kind of want to get into with you a little bit. One is shooting confidence, all right?
Yeah.
Right now, they haven't been putting the ball in the hoop quite a bit yet. Yeah. There's a couple of guys. It looks like a couple of guys that are just kind of timid about taking shots. Gavin Griffiths, Connor Essegian, Bryce forcing the ball up a lot. Because I talked to your friends, and there was never any lack of confidence of you letting it fly. What was it about? What does it take to get to that level? Because you see you see Gavin being open quite a bit, but he just won't pull the trigger to take some of those shots.
Well, sometimes you want to play within the system, and right now it's early. That was our second game of the season. That counted, and what these kids are doing right now, they're trying to fit in. Because they know who's who. They know Bryce is ultimately our go-to guy, and they know Gary's our glue. Raleigh is in there who's taken over the leadership at point guard with Ulis backing him up. Gavin knows that his time at this point in time is limited because he's playing behind Bryce per se, unless they're in a game together. You have Sejan who's coming in. He knows what his job is, but right now it's everybody's playing for their future playing time per se. They're getting ready for the Big Ten, and everybody wants to be in that rotation by the Big Ten. And sometimes you're playing hesitant, because you're playing not to make that mistake, not to put that check mark against you. When you go to practice and you're being evaluated and how you perform and things that sort. So sometimes it's pressure. You put pressure on yourself, and that's when the coaches need to step in and identify their roles. This is what I'm going to need from you, because coming from the coach is a lot better. I remember even in high school with teammates telling me, T, you need to shoot the ball. And I wouldn't shoot it when I had opportunities. And because I wanted to hear the coach tell me to shoot it. And sometimes you may need an extra encouragement from the coaching staff. You need to take that shot when you have it. Then you feel a little bit more confident in doing that. And I'm not saying that's not what's happening, but I think that would help. At least it helped me. I know Coach Nee sometimes told me to slow my roll, but also he knew when he needed me to put that ball in the basket, and he's the first one who was telling me I need you. You know what you need to do, and I will go out and execute and shoot that pill. But then again, it's still up to the players. I mean, the coaches can coach. They can give you everything you need. They can give you the game plan. The scouting report from a defensive standpoint and from the offensive standpoint. And also, you got to remember, we are being scouted too. And and out there playing on the floor, I was a talker, but not a talker. I only talked when I needed to get in somebody's head. And you never know what's going on that court and what those guys are going through. And you talking to the refs, what the refs are going to allow you to do. So you're always looking around and you're not feeling comfortable. But that's why we have these pre-conference games. We getting all these worked out. And yes, we are looking clunky, and a lot of teams are looking clunky, across the country. And watch some of the games, even some of your top tier talent, even watching KU and the Michigan States, and I know we talked about Duke, North Carolina, and Kentucky. I mean, it wasn't smooth sailing. They got relaxed during the game, but it was clunky as well, and that's what we expect. And Nebraska is no different. And I know FDU is going to be a test. I know they played Creighton well at the beginning, but their big man is just playing great right now, and that's about as dominant I've seen him play since he's been at Creighton, and he's making a big difference for them and their point guard. But that'd be a good test to see how, just like we did with Rio Grande Valley and how they competed against Creighton, and now Creighton can see how FDU and us and how we compete against them, which is a seasoned team that's not going to be a pushover. It'll be another test for us. And then I think we'll have one more game before we have Creighton. And, Creighton is that big game that we're working towards before the Big Ten Conference to really measure where we're at. But St. Mary's, I mean, St.
Mary's is real.
I try to say that in that Husker Army site. Hey, man, St. Mary's is a legitimate big-time school. I mean, they are on the level of Gonzaga. Gonzaga got all the press and everything, but it was St. Mary's that was kicking their butt each and every year in conference and winning the conference over Gonzaga. And if they didn't win it, they lost in the championship. But most of the time, I mean, it was nick and tuck there. So for those who don't follow college basketball, y'all about ready to see a treat with St. Mary's. Those kids can play.
Well, T, I hope you're okay with, you said it's early, 2 games. We haven't looked exactly great. I hope you're okay with me saying that I'm at a wait and see type situation. I mean, I haven't seen enough to say that, this team is going to be pretty good. I hope you're okay with that because it is early, but, I'm not impressed yet.
No, and I'm going based on what I've seen in practice. I know what they're capable of, regardless of what we're seeing in the first 2 games. And I know what the talent level is and how deep we are. And it's just going to be up to the players to go out there and execute and play for themselves and play for that school. We can't put it on the coaches. Something, I've mentioned this for years when we were struggling. We were all coaches and coaches this, coaches that. And if you played any type of sport at any level, sometimes you got to look in the mirror and what am I doing as a player to contribute and make things happen? So it's going to be up to them. And, we're not at a players meeting point yet, but hey, you got to make your own self accountable, and a lot of these guys don't play 3 or 4 years of collegiate basketball and at different conferences at different levels. So they know what it takes. And once they learn one another and take care, I'm still having a little concern with taking care of the ball. Our turnovers is still, and it's not even, it's more the unforced turnovers, dribbling off the feet, the traveling, taking off before you dribble, things that, that takes the possession away, it takes the momentum away. And I mentioned that to Coach Hoiberg. That's the coach, man. I mean, the turnovers is, at this point with the level of experience that we have that, we got to take care of the ball because that takes possessions away and that's putting us on our heels and giving the opponent another opportunity to score against us and take the momentum away from us. So hopefully he's working on that. And I do believe the shooting is going to come. I mean, these guys can flat out shoot it. And you'll see, and I can't even push back on you, Will. I mean, I can't sit here and say that they're a great team until they prove it on the floor. But I, in my dear heart, I believe that they're a great team. They got a lot of depth, and we're going to see it. And I'm still sticking with my top 5 and finishing in the conference. Now, I have watched Indiana. I've watched all the Big Ten schools, you know, and I said it before. I got opportunity to see all these other teams and their recruiting and the transfer portal, and there's no cupcakes, you know, and it's going to be a battle. But I figured with our size and about time we get to the Big Ten, I think our chemistry and flow will be together, and they'll be ready to compete. We can measure up to any team in our conference, and that's including Indiana and Purdue. I watched Purdue the other day, you know, and they're point guard driven, and you know we've done well against him. And
they look good.
Yes, and we've done well against him. I know he's been their Achilles heel, at least against us. And you know, I know they got a couple of big men in there, so I think we can compete. I've seen Iowa. You know, I mean, we can compete. Well, we can compete with any team in the Big Ten that what I've seen at this point. So it's going to be whoever's ready, and it's going to be health-wise. Heck, and I don't know if Rice is hurt or something, but I saw him sitting on the bench with his warm-ups on. I mean, you know, maybe did he make the right decision to transfer to Penn State? He could have been still here playing. So, and you know, that's neither here or there, but I noticed things like that.
Same thing with Jamarcus. I don't think he's getting a lot of minutes up at Rhode Island.
Oh, really? So I haven't seen much of Rhode Island. Yeah, that's another. I mean, it's not always green on the other side of pasture. And I thought Jamarcus was playing well towards the end and making some things happen. And I thought Rice was giving us some valuable minutes. But I still feel that with Gavin, Raleigh, you know, our Braxton and the big kid from North Dakota. I mean, I think we got some good pieces in the right places, and with Bryce and Gary, and you know, with a healthy Sam and Euless, who's set out, who's got opportunity to see what the system is all about. We'll be just fine. You know, and it's just I wish I could say that they've been playing great, but I know they had greatness in them, and we just got to be patient. It's going to come.
Again, we're speaking to Husker legend Henry T. Buchanan. T, by the way, the stat I'll give you is in this I credit Robin Washit because we were talking about 355th in the country out of 364 teams in unforced turnovers. To your point, by the way,
yes,
there's only 9 schools worse than us. Now, I want to ask you this though: we're playing a lot of guys right now. You know how this goes.
Mm-hmm.
The efficiency, in my opinion, and get yours because you played it, you were a part of it, you did it. How much improved will they be once they start limiting the rotation? You can't play 10 all year long.
No.
Not the minutes. It's got to be limited because, you know, the old adage for you guys probably was this was the non-con rotation. This is the conference rotation.
Oh, yeah. And we already knew that before we even played our first exhibition game. We knew it in our program because we knew what was going on in practice. Mm-hmm. This team is different. You got new players. So he's having to evaluate the new players and how they're blending in with the current players. And it's a whole new ball game. But Coach Hoiberg, he's done this. He did this at Iowa State. So he knows what it takes. And once these kids learn one another, it's going to get down to a 7 to 8 man rotation. But with this team with so much depth, you know, and as people play well in practice and compete, you always earn into playing time in practice, no matter how you slice it. You know, you practice the way you play. And just because you're a starter at the beginning of the season doesn't mean you're going to be a starter at the end of the season. You know, case in point, how I became a starter. You know, it just, you know, you sit and wait your turn, and when the starters who's not getting the job done, then, you know, then they put the next man up, and I was the next man up, and then I took the starting position and never relinquished it. You know, so that's how that happens. And but yes, the rotation is going to go down, but with this team, with the depth that they have, he's still going to have the luxury of always being able to get 10 to 12 deep. But it'll get down to a 7-8 man rotation, and then and the best 7 to 8 that play well together, who's making things happen when they're on the court. So I think we'll be good. I'd like to see them go to Burke a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I just not seen him get an opportunity to exploit his. We already know what Bryce can do. We already know we got a good idea of what Raleigh does. We already know about Gary. The big man, just get him in a position where he can flush it, and we know what he's going to do. But it seems like Burke is kind of running around, and I think he's playing too unselfish, and I think he might need to be a little bit more aggressive on the offensive end from a scoring perspective, and maybe shooting that three here and there, and not turning. We turned down too many shots, and then the shots we're taking, sometimes with the shot clock, we're forcing a little bit, and it goes back to the turnover ratio, and right now we need to turn that around and take care of the ball and take those shots, because you never hit a shot you don't take. But
okay,
it has to be
okay, Kobe.
but other than that, I think we're good. I just hopefully the fans are not hitting the panic button. I know I'm not. I'm just as comfortable and waiting. Yes, but I'd like to see them play better. Yes, but I know they have it in them, and I know it's coming. And once it comes, then that'll relax everybody, and we'll be right back to like, okay, how good can this team be? And that's where I'm already at. How good can this team be, and how far can they make it through the Big Ten? And who do we get? Who are we going to play in the tournament, and who can we beat in the tournament? I'm still there. And now, don't take me too much of the Kool-Aid. If I'm getting to the point where we're not playing well on a consistent basis, then I'll be open and honest. But I'll give you some pointers to where I think that they can improve. But between you and I'm already giving that to Coach Hoiberg. So it's nothing I'm telling y'all that I'm not willing to share with him, because I shared my insights with Coach Hoiberg after every game anyway.
Well, T, before we get you out of here, man, speaking of we don't know how good we are, maybe we're about to find out, since football and Coach Rule's announced we have a new offensive coordinator.
Yes.
Talk about that. And also, I think that again, I don't think we're going to see a ton of changes, maybe schematics and personnel, but man, in my head, I'm just thinking about, I know that it's a business, but man, those kids, man, it's like, all right, I got a new voice now.
That's got to be tough. I was lucky enough to have the same coaches all 4 years. But I know after we were done, I know it was a merry-go-round with the assistant coaches was coaching me, after I was gone. And but he still won a lot of games. He won the Big 8. He won the NIT. He finished third in NIT. He went to four NCAA tournaments in a row, 4 years in a row. So I know, it can still be done, because ultimately the main voice is the coach, regardless of who the assistants are. The guy that calls the shots is the head coach, and ultimately that's who's calling the shots. But with this offensive coordinator move, and this, from my understanding, this guy, was been a head coach, and I think he's been on Rule's staff before. I'm not sure of that, but he's coming with some experience, and sometimes change is good, and maybe he'll have some schemes that'll protect Raiola, give me some more time, or give me some routes that he can get the ball out faster than he's getting it out, and getting our kids open a little bit quicker, and some quick hits, and maybe some open up the running game a little bit more. Like I said, I'm just a fan looking just like everybody else. I never played football at that level, and I played my only experience in football, organized football, was one play, but I played enough and seen enough and watched enough. Hey, I was great in flag football in the military. I was one of the best then. But no, I think, change is good, and he had to do something, because our expectation was for us, I was even thinking 8 or 9 games wins this year, was my thought. And now we're like, where we're going to get this 6th win and get this bowl bid. And it's, I didn't think we would be here. And hopefully is it Wisconsin coming up?
Yep.
It's going to be tough. And Wisconsin is at home, isn't it?
Yes, it is. 2:30 start.
Yeah, 2:30 start. So, and let's see. I just think we can get Wisconsin. Wisconsin is not the Wisconsin of the old, the big running game and things of that sort. The big powerhouse offensive line and pretty good defense. They're good, but I think we can get them. So it's so between them and I think Iowa, we got UCLA as well, right? And that's at UCLA.
No, USC is this Saturday. We go to USC on Saturday.
Saturday. Is it this Saturday, USC?
Yep.
I thought it was Wisconsin. Okay, USC.
No, USC this week, then Wisconsin, and then we get the old Black Friday Iowa game.
Yeah, I still feel that we can win one of these games for sure, and maybe two, if not three, because USC is, they're not. I think we're giving them too much credit because it's USC. They've always been dominant in the last, decade or so, and with Heisman Trophy winners and championships. So, we were there too in the mid-90s. They just won some after us. So we've been there as well, and so, hey, fellas, hey, keep hope alive.
That's right.
So I'm always going to keep hope alive and don't give up on my basketball team. We're good. We're good. And they're going to come around. And I'm looking forward to next week to see how we finish this week, with FDU and with St. Mary's. And then I think we'll have Creighton before we meet again, right?
Yeah, maybe. That's December. I can't remember. I'm not.
We got 2 games and then Creighton.
2 games.
It's November.
November, late then.
Yeah, late November.
2 games. I want to get these 2 wins first.
Yeah, get these 2 wins.
Then we'll go up there and get them.
Yeah, we'll talk about these 2 wins next week, and then we'll talk about our thoughts on Creighton and that matchup, which is we go to Creighton. I know Creighton owes us one. We kind of spanked them, but they've been spanking us too, fellas.
For sure.
But But go ahead.
Nope, you're good, man. You're good. All right, man. We got to get up out of here, man. We appreciate your time, T, man. It's
absolutely.
I knew you'd brighten our day. At least Will.
Yeah, hey, Will, we are there, baby. Don't worry about it. We there. And let me give a shout out to Larry and some thoughts and prayers, for him and his family. Just lots going on with that. And man, I was gonna tell you about my scare I had this weekend.
What?
Oh yeah, I had a little scare. Yeah. Little fire truck had to come and check me out. They had to go to the Mayo Clinic. They kept me overnight, and
Well, damn, T.
Is everything good though?
You good though?
Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
All right, well,
I wouldn't be here, fellas. If I wasn't good, I would have been texting y'all before this.
We're thinking about you, T, man. Man. Just let us know if you need anything, man. Take care of yourself.
I'll be there. I already got for the Legends weekend, flying in December 30th through January 6th. And our Legends weekend to be 4th, and I got you 2 already signed up.
Let's go.
Oh boy,
all right, man.
I don't know who the speaker is going to be, but
no matter, we're there.
Okay,
I appreciate it, brother, man. Take care of yourself.
Take care.
Thanks, T.
Thanks
Henry T. Yeah, course, absolutely. Man. Husker legend Henry T. Buchanan, right there, boy. Let's take a break. We're going to come back, look a little college football in the projected bracket.
More next on the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
Good stuff there. Good stuff there. Breaking news in the NFL, by the way.
I see that.
Joe Flacco experiment over.
Yeah.
Anthony Richardson back as a starting quarterback of the Colts.
I almost just want to punt the college football playoff segment. Just go to stories.
Let's go. We can. I don't care. Call it. Let's go to stories.
Not to step on your toes or anything.
Our show. Will and Bill.
Okay. Yeah. Right. More of my show. I'm joking.
Yeah, it is.
Joking.
You've been,
No,
I've been on here longer.
I know you have.
Damn it. I can't ever say that usually, but damn it. I'm on here longer.
We were getting a call. Don't forget Daily Wager.
Oh, shoot. I had it brought up earlier. I just had to click that off. We're not doing that segment now.
I just have a lot of good stories to get to.
Get your damn stories then. Let's go. What do we got for daily wagers? You know what's annoying is when you get on social media or now on TV is listening to Paul and Tyson talk about their fight. It's annoying. I hope they both throw one punch and both get knocked out at this point.
It's going to be interesting because, there's a lot of people who think Tyson is Tyson and he's going to kick the crap out of Paul. But
they thought that with Joe Flacco step back in too, didn't they?
Well, yeah. But on the other side, there's a lot of people that think Jake Paul is a legit boxer.
He might be.
He's in really good shape. And I don't know where to go on that one.
I don't even know. I don't even know we're going this daily wager. I can't stand the NBA. Ugh.
I forgot to have this freaking meeting.
Today here?
Yeah.
Yay. News meeting?
Call it a high school basketball meeting.
Who called it?
What do you think?
Ooh. Basketball. Maybe I'll just pick a college basketball game. Just pick a random daily wager. There won't be any value in this one, but yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. Shoot. -2.5.
Yeah, I may go to the game tonight. I'm not sure yet. I don't know.
Yeah, we got a timing issue, and I was trying to figure it out.
I got tickets.
We have a timing issue. So we got to get ours figured out, too. Timing.
It's hot in here.
Oh, geez, Greg. Thanks. Said, but Will shows up more often.
Thanks, Greg.
Wow. Why are you being nice to him?
Wow. I think that's the first thing he's ever said that's nice about me.
Yeah, true. You gave him. I gave him the reason. Go, whoa, whoa, go, shorty. It's your birthday. Welcome back in the morning hookup. Few moments left. Special thanks here to Henry T. Buchanan hanging out with us on a Wednesday like he always does. If you didn't hear it during the break, we're on the stream. We're going to punt the college football segment. Will wants to do something different.
Well, it's
so I'm compromised. I said yes.
I mean, do you want to get? How about
no,
this?
I don't.
Do a 30-second college football
I don't
playoff
want to
segment.
Now.
Go.
I'm over. I already clicked out of my pages. I'm done. What do you want to do? Kidding. Let's go to stories. I like that. You had a lot of stories.
I hope you have fun in LA.
You're excited. You got the hands all warmed up over there.
Have fun in LA.
You don't really mean that. That's fine.
No, I hope you have a great time in LA.
Let's do stories, man.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, Bobby Witt Jr. Silver Slugger Award.
Yeah,
for the Royals. What makes this crazy is, Bobby, he has the batting title, Gold Glove, and Silver Slugger.
Wow.
A-Rod was the only shortstop in MLB history for a career to have those three.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby did that in one season.
Wow, that's pretty sweet.
Damn right it is.
Good season.
Bobby Baseball, he's the man. You wanted to talk about this Miami Heat
this
game
is awesome,
last night.
by the way. This is the all right, so we'll get to the end, right? So these are the blunders of the Heat yesterday. Now, Eric Spoelstra is one of the best, maybe the best coach in the NBA.
He's really good.
Okay. At one point, they had 6 guys on the floor in the last possession. He barely got off the floor. Then they give up a lob dunk to allow the Pistons to tie. Right? It's the Pistons. Then
Pistons aren't playing bad.
No, but then here's where it got silly. Like, you're a head coach, man. Like, I get you get to make mistakes. He called a timeout he didn't have. What happens when that happens? You get teed up.
Technical.
I think like that again. Jalen Rose was in the crowd.
Who was part of that?
Part of the Michigan disaster. Chris Webber, right?
Yeah.
Which gave Carolina the championship. Not gave, but whatever.
And
right?
Like that, Pistons got free throws and won the game.
They make it and win the game.
Yeah. Remember when that hurricane took down Tropicana Field in Tampa?
Yeah, unfortunately, yes.
They're saying it's going to be $55 million.
Oh, my gosh. Aren't they saying also it's not until what?
26.
26. Where did they say where they're going to play at?
No, they don't know where they're going to play. But at this point, why wouldn't you just build a new stadium? Am I crazy for that? I mean, it's going to be more money, but
yeah, that's so random.
$55 million just to fix the roof. Augusta National. the most prestigious golf course
Absolutely.
in America. They've announced they've added 4 new members.
Yeah, I kind of saw it. Who are the 4? Let's go. Let's rate them.
Well, Eli Manning is now a member of Augusta
Now,
National.
why do you think he got in?
I don't know why.
I believe his brother is a member.
Oh, Peyton's a brother
I'm
or a
pretty sure
member
Peyton's
already.
a member there. So,
Ed Bastion,
who the hell
CEO
is Ed Bass?
CEO of
Carol Baskins.
of Delta Airlines.
All right. That seems prestigious.
CBS Sports Chairman Sean McManus is now a member, and so is Amazon CEO Andy Jassy.
Those seem prestigious. Why is Eli? Where's Waldo?
What?
Where's Waldo? Eli Manning in that group.
Yeah, why is Eli Manning?
I don't know. Look at what you all talked about. CEO of this big
Delta,
CEO of this,
Amazon.
2-time Super Bowl champion. That's it.
Speaking of the NBA, did you know the NBA Cup has begun? Who cares?
The only reason I knew that was when I was reading the Miami Heat story. It says the headline is Spoelstrom's timeout blunder cost Heat in the NBA Cup opener.
Yeah, NBA Cup. Who gives a crap? Who even knows it's going on?
Nobody.
I have a theory. I have a feeling that baseball, MLB, is going to take over
Please don't do a cup of some
the
sort.
NBA.
Don't do that.
Let's see what else.
Do you see Kirby Smart? Okay. I think this is where a coach can be honest, right? Do you see this whole viral video when they lost to Ole Miss?
Kirby Smart.
So Kirby Smart
yeah,
ahead of
yeah,
Jordan.
yeah.
One of his players was seen in a video dancing and celebrating with the with Ole Miss, like he was a high school teammate. Yeah, he's celebrating. Georgia player celebrating with us with the Ole Miss people.
Mm-hmm.
He called and said, "What an idiot." Did he apologize? Well, no, you don't have to apologize. That's an idiotic move.
You don't have to apologize for that. Call it what it is.
He said, what an idiot. I mean, what a just stupid. I didn't see it until today. He's embarrassed about it. He's upset about it. It's obviously a childhood friend of his that he grew up and played with at Buford. Hasn't seen him forever. Just not real smart. But he called me. It's fine.
Quickly, let's go to Daily Wager.
Okay. There's not a lot out there because I'm not jumping the NBA.
You and I both missed.
Yeah, at some point, Embiid does it one time, and he's just terrible.
I'm going to go to college basketball.
I am too. Who you got?
I'm going to go Arkansas.
Oh, okay.
Minus 13 against Troy.
All right. I went college basketball. Was that minus 110 probably?
Yeah.
Mine, same thing, minus 110. I'm going to take it's North Texas at the barn.
Oh, yeah. They're only 2-point underdogs.
2.5. I'll take Minnesota tonight at the barn.
I don't like that. I don't
care.
I think Minnesota's going to lose.
At the barn.
They're not very good.
I don't know.
They're going to be bottom of the Big Ten.
Who cares? They're going to win tonight by 3.
All right.
Awesome. Well, hey, Hooksy out tomorrow. Appreciate you guys so much.
Enjoy LA.
Thank you. Will and Elijah will take you home tomorrow. So you guys have a great Wednesday. They'll catch you on a Thursday.